The Body Shop connects you with the hottest fitness models in the world. Learn the backstage secrets that most successful bikini divas, fitness models, and bodybuilders use to dominate their competition and land on the covers of magazines. Only here at The Body Shop will we allow you to listen and talk to the best of the best in fitness competition. If you're passionate about bodybuilding and fitness, you have found your new home. All of us here at FTNS Radio would like to welcome you to The Body Shop. Body Shop. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome your host, Andre Brick St. Clair.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of The Body Shop. Thank you for allowing The Body Shop and FTNS into your homes and into your airwaves. Only here will you learn the backstage secrets that the most successful bikini divas, fitness models, and bodybuilders use to dominate their competition. Now in the studio with me, I have my co-host, Mr. Brian Canone.
What's happening?
How you doing today, B?
Everything's good.
Everything's good?
Rode the bike here.
Yeah, you know, I gotta be on two wheels every once in a while, you know what I mean? That's the way I roll.
Man, Armal got a nice burger over there.
Where's it at? Where's it at? I ain't getting no burger. Come on. Hold it up. Hold it up. The fans of The Body Shop want to see the burger. And now, in the studio with me, I have WBFF's own fitness model, my Nigerian connection. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Femi. Oh, I'll be okay. Something. No, just play. I had it. It's Olagoke.
Olagoke.
That's what I'm talking about. I look okay too.
Yeah. You do.
Now, what's up, big man? How you feeling today?
Good.
Man?
I'm feeling great.
All right.
And by the way, it's a WBFF Pro.
Oh, Pro.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, see, I need you to get your own introduction sometimes. You know what I mean? I can't be like Steve Harvey. I just do what I do. You know what I mean? That's all comedy here. What's up, B?
Well, this is where we got to start, because I told you that Femi was coming down to the studio today.
Yeah.
And
here you go. Here you go. Now you want to start some trouble.
You say it then.
Okay, here's what happened.
Okay.
Yesterday, right? I'm watching a Shakespearean play. So Brian sends me a text. Hey, tomorrow I got to pick up this fitness model named Femi. Okay. Then the text goes on and says he is coming into the studio. I'm like, Femi?
Like, what?
So, Brian likes putting me on the spot, but it's all good. It's all good. So, how are you, big dog?
Doing good, man. Feeling great. It's good to be here. I took the train, hour ride.
Nice.
To do a little bit of studying, and it was good to come down to Connecticut.
I like that.
You've only been to Connecticut once before, you said?
Yeah, this was about 5-6 years ago. I was actually shooting a movie here in New Haven, so that was about the only time I came down here.
Nice.
See,
What movie was that?
5-6 years ago, that might have been the Indiana Jones
That's
one, right?
what I'm guessing, right? Is that Indiana Jones?
Not quite, but close. It was a little
low budget.
Low budget.
Okay.
So.
Indiana Jones.
No. Actually, down in Bridgeport, they actually shot some scenes with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. So,
Yep. And then they shot a lot of that in Devon.
Yes, they did.
Yep.
Yes, they did.
They shot this guy in Bridgeport too.
Here you go.
The guy. They shot the guy in Bridgeport.
Everybody keeps getting shot here.
Oh yeah, that's what they do here. I'm telling you, Connecticut is not for play anymore.
I only want to do shoots.
Talking photo shoots, right?
Yeah. That's all I'll be involved in.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, big man. So, when did you first fall in love with fitness?
When I broke into the industry and really fell in love with it was 2007. But to backtrack way before then, as a young kid, I've always been active, involved in sports, athletics, everything. So I would say as long as I can remember when I was a kid from 5 growing up, I've always been that active kid. But fitness modeling in itself, 2007. I would say I'm a late bloomer, but transitioning from everything I was doing. I was actually a collegiate athlete in school, so.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
What sport?
Track and field.
Track and field. See, now I got to grill him on this one, right?
Go ahead.
Which event? Were you
Long
fields?
and triple jump. I was fields. Yes, I
you was in the
jumper.
field.
Yes.
Long and triple jump,
yes.
huh?
You look like you're a track person.
Oh, come on, man. All day.
Oh, fields too?
Field events.
Uh-huh.
Field events.
Yeah.
And the 200 meters.
Okay.
And I did long triple, but My specialty was the high jump. You know, I got a scholarship to go to Florida State. You know, based on the high jump. So, you know.
Yeah, my specialty is long and triple. I also did the relays whenever they needed me.
Right. You did a 4x1?
4x1, 4x4, and my last year they made me do cross country because they needed some people to help out the team. I took one for the team, man. I
took one for the team?
Yeah.
See, I think it was motivated by where you're from, because being that you're Nigerian,
he could run.
Okay, exactly.
Run.
Because you know everybody that's winning the Olympic marathons happen to be the Kenyan runners.
Yes.
So you know
they thought, oh, he's Nigerian. He must be able to run.
We got this one. That's what I'm saying. We got this one.
That's exactly what they were saying. Okay, now so check it out. So we got the Worlds, WBFF Worlds, August 27th, right?
Yes.
What are we, about 3
weeks,
27 days away?
Yeah, right.
Give or take. What are you looking to do besides win? You know what I mean? But what are you looking to do? Like, you looking to establish yourself? You looking to just, you know, go on there just for the joy of competing, or?
Oh, definitely. You already said it. To definitely establish myself, because I've been in the game for a minute, and people haven't really noticed. I mean, some people have, but I think this year has been my breakout year.
Okay.
Up until now, I've done 14 shows.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
14. So I've seen them all. I've done them all. I've competed with the best.
Right.
All the people who are pros now, I've competed with them before, side by side.
Okay.
So, you know, everything that's happened in my life, I've had to work extra hard to get to where I've been. So,
have you only competed in the WBFF, or have you done other organizations prior?
No, I've done other organizations prior.
Okay. In your opinion, what separates the WBFF from all of these other organizations?
Quality. Definitely quality. And they do what they say they would do.
Such as?
They promote the athletes.
Okay.
They put you out there. They give you the tools to make you successful. Granted, it's up to you to take that next step, but they hand it to you basically, like, this is the platform.
Right.
We create such a great atmosphere, environment, and plateau for you to make you successful. And that's been happening for me.
What is your story like when you first started? Like, when you did your first show, where was that one located?
The very first show I did was in Kansas City. This was when I just graduated college. As I said, I was a track and field athlete. So I was looking for something to do to keep me competing, because I still had that edge to want to compete.
How did you find out that there was such a thing as a fitness model show? Like, did you see a poster, or how did you find out?
I was just searching the web for some kind of like fitness thing, obstacle course. At the time, they had some show called Dog Eat Dog or something. I was looking.
I remember that show.
Really?
Yeah. It was, I think it was Bruce Willis's ex-girlfriend.
Right,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, she was hosting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
American Gladiator-ish type of competition. So I found out about fitness and bodybuilding. I was like, wow, this is something interesting. I've never ever done this before. This will be a challenge. So I found out about this show happening in Kansas City. At the time, it was a Fame show that they were hosting in Kansas City. So I spoke to a friend who was also into fitness and health and everything, and she knew a trainer, a guy who bodybuilds.
Okay.
Introduced me to him. His name is Chris Newland in Kansas City. Funny enough, he actually ran, I don't know if he still is running the company called The Body Shop. The Body Shop KC, Kansas City.
Yeah.
So I got hooked up with him, and he put me on a nutrition program and workout plan, followed it to the T, and I did this show, and I won this very first show in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah?
And so from then on, that's when the love just began. It was like just a great transformation. I remember when I first started dieting, I started losing so much weight. I was scared. I was like, what? I'm losing so much. Like, I'm like 2-3 pounds a day. It was something I'd never ever done before. So it was, my metabolism was off the roof, but it balanced out after a while.
Okay.
How was the experience? Like, what did you think from your first show? Like, thinking back, was there anything you wished you had done differently for that one?
I don't think so. I think I followed it. I was very disciplined to follow it to the T. I mean, the only thing maybe I could have done differently was more cardio. I think at the time I did everything I could have possibly done.
Has
right.
the criteria of the events changed much since your first show? Like what you have to do? I think this year we're gonna, the theme round is now taken away.
That's
so
the only difference that I see.
Yeah.
Everything is still pretty much the same.
Right?
The quarter turns. As a fitness model, you don't want to flex like a bodybuilder. You want to still look like a model.
Sure.
It's still pretty much the same. Okay. And after that Fame show, I did a bodybuilding show, actually, the Kim Silly Classic. This was June of 2007. I won that show as well, middleweight division.
Nice.
There's a video of that actually on YouTube. My routine.
What's the difference for somebody that doesn't exactly know between bodybuilding and being a fitness model? Because you still have to get in shape,
right?
But explain to them what's the difference.
Well, the dieting, eating, and training is more hardcore for bodybuilding. You have to be very strict, as in super strict with eating what you put in your body, and you have to train harder and do a lot of cardio. It's just, I would say fitness model is not easier, but it's like a lifestyle. It's like something you have to continually doing because you love it and enjoy it, and that's just part of who you are.
Right.
And you just maybe the last few weeks you alter some things, but with bodybuilding, it's like it's a science. You have to do things right, time everything. So you got to follow that process, very strictly. And the look too is different. You got to be super cut and shredded, and put on that muscle size.
Okay.
So.
What are you most passionate about? Like, you first competed as a fitness model,
right?
Won the show. Then you went on and you jumped into the bodybuilding,
right?
Spectre, and you won that.
Right.
So you have a love for both, but where does your heart really lie?
Definitely my heart is into fitness modeling and fitness. The reason why I got into bodybuilding, because I loved the routine aspect of it. You get to do a routine, kind of become a character and entertain the crowd. And that's what I really enjoyed doing. And some people may not know I also dance. I'm big into like gymnastics, athletics, capoeira, all that stuff. So I always usually incorporate into that routine. They don't have that in the fitness model side, so that's why I got into bodybuilding, but it was getting a little too hardcore for me, and you got to put on, as a bodybuilder, you want to progress, getting bigger and so on and so forth. But I just love the fitness model aspect. It's something that's just that speaks to me personally. So
you went through all these different shows, right? You did the Kansas City, and then you said 14 of them all together, right?
Right.
Wow. So you were in Kansas City because you went to school there, right? And that's how you stayed there after college? Or did you stay to live in Kansas?
No, I started. When I went to Kansas in 2002. I was at a 2-year college, and then transferred to the 4-year school, University of Missouri in Kansas City. Finished my 2 years of track and field in school there. So from 2005 to 2007, I was in Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. I got a scholarship to run track then. The story I'll tell you about this is about something that I'm really proud of till today. I wanted to get a scholarship to go to a Division I school, and my scholarship had run out at the JUCO I was going to. Well, other reasons why that happened I can explain later, but so I contacted this school, UMKC, and I told the coach that, hey, I'd love to come compete for you. Can I come this season, compete, and if you see that I'm good enough, can I get a scholarship for the rest of the year? He's like, okay. So transferred to the school, competed the season, that was January 2005, did what I said I was going to do, and got the scholarship I wanted. I was determined that I wanted to get something, and I worked really hard, trained, and I was proud that I was able to accomplish that goal. Hard work and determination always pays off. Always pays off. That's one of the things that Brian Canona's actually taught me. I've always been the kind of athlete that was just strictly talent. Never really had to practice because at
the time, the people I was up against, it was just like, I can beat you. There's no reason for me to practice, Brian opened up my eyes to the bodybuilding world. And even though I was, just a big guy, I had to really come down and get in shape. And he was like, you got to work hard at it. You can't just go through it, half-assed. Right. So I definitely understand about, hard work, determination, setting a goal and having it all pay off. Now, with the Worlds coming up, we're competing.
Yes.
Is there an athlete on the WBFF roster right now that you want to step on stage with, either just to beat or just to say, I competed against that person? And be honest with me.
Well, I've pretty much stepped on stage with everybody before. I mean, as I said, I've been in this for a minute.
Right.
But I'm stepping on stage now at the same level as these guys. In the past, when I stepped on stage with them, I saw no reason why I couldn't compete at the same level, but the fact that maybe I wasn't established yet, but I mean, from the pictures and everything, it speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. But now that I think I'm at a different level now, all these same people that I've stepped on stage with, maybe they're a little nervous now because
okay.
To call out names, I don't really want to call out names.
At least give me two names. Just give me two names.
Some of the people that, in a different way, which guys have been around and competing as long as you in these different shows that you've hung around with, whether it was you met and throughout the shows?
I mean, OB, yes, he's there. Rob Riches, Michael McFarland, Washington Candido. Last year, David Kimmerelli.
You were in the Worlds last year?
I was in a sling. I had surgery on my shoulder last year.
Come on, you was at the Worlds?
I was there.
And I even looked better than some people who had been training.
Wow.
Yeah, I can say that.
Competed in a sling.
Yes.
He competed in a sling?
How do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at the pictures, it'll really show that. I'm not just talking out of my mouth.
Okay, let me ask you a different question along the exact same lines, though, okay?
Okay.
This time, I want a name.
Okay.
In the finals.
Right.
Okay, when you're going for the overall, you're going to be, crowned like the world champ. Who would you like to see on stage and next to you when it comes down to it for the overall?
Very good question.
See, now normally I would go to commercial break, but I figured, you know what? I'm going to just let it go with this one. So, come on.
Honestly, it would have to be the champ, Obi.
It would have to be Obi,
yes.
I think Rob Rich is going to have a little something to say about that. Rob's been on the show now,
I think Obi likes the challenge, though.
Likes the challenge, yeah.
I like it to hear his name called out. So.
Tell you what, when we go to the Worlds, I'm going to have a little cheering section to go, Obi.
And then the other section, Femi. You know what? We're both of Nigerian descent,
That's
actually.
Right.
So
exactly.
This would be an international, battle.
Okay. I like the way that goes. But now, Ammer's going to have something to say about that because Ammer thinks he's taking it.
Oh, Ammer. That's what he thinks.
I like that.
Ammer.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I got to cut the commercial, but stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Body Shop. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to The Body Shop. I am your host, Andre Brick Sinclair. My in-studio co-host is Mr. Brian Canone.
Andre,
what up, man?
happening?
What up? You know, we trying to make it happen. And my in-studio guest, WBFF Pro, Nigerian Connection. The man that wants to beat Obi. I like that. Please welcome back Femi Olagoke.
Yes.
Femi.
Yes.
You want to beat Obi? No problem with that. No problem with that.
Wait, let me just mention this. Actually, he's on the cover of this Nigerian fitness magazine right now, Ultimate Fitness Mag.
Oh, is he?
And I happen to have a little picture at the bottom left corner there, too, talking about my journey.
Really? You're both on the cover.
We're both on the cover.
Both on the cover.
So that battle is brewing. So, talking about my journey to the WBFF.
Right. Okay.
Who's the real Nigerian nightmare?
So who do you believe it is?
We already know. We're talking to him.
I'm liking this. I'm liking the way this is going. Okay, for our listeners at the Body Shop,
Right.
We love to entertain them,
Okay.
but we also like to educate them
Sure.
at the same time. So what I want you to do, and without giving away too many secrets, okay, is I want you to give me a detailed description of a day in the life of Femi. So from the time you wake up, walk me through your entire diet,
Okay.
to when you work out, to what time you go to bed.
Okay.
Okay? Go ahead.
Okay. Well, if it's a Monday, like tomorrow, I wake up. First thing I do is have breakfast. I always gotta have breakfast. Oatmeal, egg whites. If I have a protein shake, I may have that, but I'll have all my pre-workout supplements before I go to the gym.
Okay.
And I usually take a 7 o'clock yoga class on Monday.
Okay.
Do that in the morning, and if I have time, just do a little bit of weights, just something just to get the blood flowing. But the real workout was in the evening. But after breakfast and yoga in the morning, I have a second meal right before I start work. That would be around 9 o'clock. My first meal would have been by 6.
Okay.
And the other meal would be right before work around 9. And then I work till 6 p.m. But throughout the day, I eat every 3 hours. So the next meal will be noon and then 3. And then just right before I get off work, having the last meal.
Okay.
And then when I'm done, go to work. Go to work. Go to the gym.
Which is work.
Yeah,
Oh, that's hard work.
exactly. I am
That's
going
hard
to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Take my pre-workout supplements again and
Right.
hit it hard. Usually on Mondays, I like to do the hardest workouts because my body is rested because I usually take the weekends off. I work out Monday through Friday. So I either do my legs and chest or just do a killer, like, how do I say, all body workout. But usually legs and chest, I combine those on Mondays. And after that, a nice little foam roll stretch. And if I'm feeling it, I'll just get into the studio and do some fun, crazy plyometrics, capoeira, dancing,
Right.
jumping, and, all this fun stuff.
Okay. When you're at work and you're working your 9 to 6 job.
Right.
Okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said 9 to 6 because you need 8 hours in a day plus an hour for lunch.
Exactly.
Relax. It's not a 9 to 5. Stop it. Okay. I don't need nobody talking about, yo, Brooks is 8. It's 9 to 6. All right. That's how you get your 8 hours. You work 40 hours a week. You get paid. Let's get back to the question. So when you're at work and you're working your 9 to 6,
Yes.
right, you're getting in 3 meals. What are those meals consisting of mainly?
Well, I vary them. Usually anything between sweet potatoes, chicken breast, broccoli,
Okay.
brown rice, chicken breast, and green beans, or whole wheat pasta. It could be steak or beef
Right.
with some kind of vegetable. Or it could be, I'll have some snacks in between if I really want to eat a lot that day. Ezekiel bread. I love Ezekiel bread a lot. Yeah. You do too?
They're still trying to
You
get me
never
to try
tried
it.
it yet.
Nah.
I actually
They're
have a
still
couple of
trying to get me to-
slices in my bag right here. Actually, I'm gonna bring that. Oh yes.
We'll do that during the commercial.
Taste test right now.
We'll do it during the
taste test.
commercial. That's what we'll do.
No. We're gonna do it right now,
I
live.
don't want to be smacking. I don't want to be smacking on the air right now. Here we go.
You got called out, buddy.
Oh
yeah.
man. Oh man.
Yeah. There you go. Ezekiel.
Okay. This
Yeah.
looks like raisin bread.
Cinnamon raisin, but it's Ezekiel.
Okay.
It's not made out of flour.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold it up here to the camera.
Okay.
See this right here, ladies and gentlemen? Live. This is live. All right. So we got Ezekiel bread.
Yes.
It looks like regular raisin bread. All right.
Go.
I'm digging into his diet.
Go.
Okay.
Get the water ready.
Get the water ready. Gotta get the water ready, huh? Okay, let's see. Okay, so we got 3 slices here.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna take one.
All right. Let's see. Your very first time eating Ezekiel. What's gonna happen?
I've always heard of it.
Shredded.
I call it manna.
Let's see.
All right.
The
We're gonna say a
very
little
first time.
prayer because I don't think it's gonna taste good.
Andre Brooks Sinclair
I like the hype. Keep going. Keep going.
cutting into his first slice of Ezekiel bread. He's going for it. Boom! He did it, guys. He did it.
Wow, you're shrinking down.
He's getting smaller.
Okay, ladies
do you
and
think?
gentlemen,
I can see your abs.
I really gotta get. I got abs. I got 4 of them. Got 4 of them. Give me another 3 weeks. I'm going to get 2 more. Paul Dillette, I know you're listening. I'm competing for the WBFF sometime in 2012. Okay? I'm coming out of retirement. Okay.
What do you think? Tastes good?
I cannot lie. It's a little dry, but it does taste good. It really does taste good. Now, I'm an old school type of, bodybuilder, old school type of dieting, tuna fish, rice, grilled chicken, sweet potatoes, yams, so on and so forth.
You could probably do that, right?
Yeah.
You could do that?
Yeah. But for me, I would have to put peanut butter on this or jelly.
You do? Yeah.
Something else, but this by itself is good. So you're actually getting an endorsement from Bricks about Ezekiel bread. I never knew what it was, and I was always the first one to be like, yuck, yuck, yuck.
Yeah. There you go.
I can't lie. This is actually very good.
Nice.
Okay. So we got the Ezekiel bread down.
Another thing I wanted to share too. This happens to be this year. It's not a protein shake, but it's called Gary. It's a Nigerian dish.
Okay.
You could drink it as a snack, and you can eat it as a meal. It's cassava, and it's rich in carbohydrates. So on days where I want to really carb up, I have this as well. That's why you
see that?
Yeah.
Does it have a flavor to it?
There's no flavor. You sweeten it up with
Try it.
Like oatmeal.
You know what? Honestly, I'm West Indian. Okay. And we have something like this back home.
Okay.
And in my language, we call this what's known as farin. And it's kind of like it's a blend between porridge and kind of like cornmeal. And this is what this
reminds. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you water it down enough, it's almost like a baby formula type of thing.
Yes.
Is that pretty much along those lines?
Along those lines. You could just drink it with cold water. It's
is it made from corn or rice?
cassava.
It's like a vegetable?
No, it's more of like how do I say? It's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, like the cassava. It's not really a vegetable.
Yeah.
But it's not considered like a fruit. You know what I mean?
Potato? It's kind of like a potato?
Nah, it's
It's like a root? Help.
No,
Look it up. The cassava.
It's hard to like get the little translation.
So it's a carbohydrate.
Yes.
But it's not a rice.
No.
It's not a potato.
No.
It's not a vegetable.
It's something that's indigenous to, like the southern part of
that region. But
absolutely.
Does it grow?
Yeah, it grows.
Above the ground or in the ground?
Above.
Above the ground?
Right.
Like a tree? It's like eating the plant.
Seriously?
No, come on, Brian. Come on. It grows. That's what you need to do.
Okay, let's move on from this for a bit, all right?
Okay. What else you got? What else is in that bag of yours?
What else you got there in that bag? Come on, let's break them out.
Oh my
You
God.
break it out. I'm good. I'm gonna continue on with this particular bread.
You feeding Andre all this
Well, I've got
food.
my book. I'm studying to get my certification. ISSA, personal training.
Nice, very good.
Making a switch to making training, personal and people development my career.
Right.
So getting the knowledge. I've had the experience of actually being in it and doing it. Just now getting the certification, and I'm gonna keep educating myself as years go by.
I want to commend you on that, first and foremost. We've had quite a few people on the show, and the purpose of the body shop is always to find out, backstage secrets, like what's your secret and what's your secret. But we also want people to know, one, how to promote themselves. And then two, to learn that, you use the fitness industry, you use the competitions as a stepping stone to help promote yourself and get a business and give back.
Right.
So seeing you with that, I got to commend you.
Thank you.
Now,
very much.
Are you doing any personal training even though you're not certified now?
Not yet. I had the opportunity to, but I couldn't because the gym where this individual worked at, the people said, well, I needed to be certified and have insurance and all of that. And I thought to myself, well, I don't want to keep losing future clients like this. And everyone has told me for years on end that, you'll be great, you should train. I was like, no, just wasn't ready. I didn't think I would be good at it. I was like, well, I just know how to train myself. I like doing it for myself. I didn't think I could do it for others. Like, what would I do? Like, but people were like, you have the knowledge. You've been doing this for such a long time, and it shows that if you weren't doing it right, you wouldn't look the way you look.
Okay.
And I think it was when I got injured last year, when I had to have surgery on my shoulder. I tore my rotator cuff. I was out for a while. I pretty much was just home. I couldn't really work out for a while. I was out for about almost 8 months. Yeah, it was really intense. So I was like, well, I got to find a way to stay motivated. Like this is something that I'm not used to. I'm not always not doing anything. I'm always active in some shape or form.
All right.
So all these experiences I've had from, competing in track and then fitness, bodybuilding, to this injury, to getting back, I was like, I've learned so much. You got to be patient, listen to your body, have goals, and be just humble. Like all these things there are people out there who just need that extra motivation and knowledge and someone to guide them, because I couldn't have done it without people who were supportive and told me to keep staying motivated. And I had a goal in mind, actually, that after I get the go ahead from my doctor to start training, that I'm gonna compete at this WBFF US Central Championship. So basically the time was February, when this was like exactly 6 months after surgery. That's when the doctor said I could start training. So I said, well, I've been wanting to go to Kansas City and visit friends and just hang out, and it happens to be the same time that this show was going on. So I gave myself 3 months to get back in shape, compete, and just be as successful as I could be in this show. The goal was to at least get a pro card from this show. So basically, it's like I started off from scratch again. I had lost a lot of muscle. I was really small, and it took a lot of hard work because I really couldn't lift heavy. I had to really start from scratch again. So
the U.S. Championships.
Yes.
The U.S. Central Championships. That was a show that was ran by Michael Lacerda and Diana Shalhoub, correct?
Yep. Okay. Great people, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Right.
They've been on the show. Actually, I'm trying to reach out to them because I want them to come back on the show. Because I'm watching Micah's progress all the time on Facebook. Micah, put a shirt on, please. Save something for the world, Micah. That's all I'm asking. Okay, Micah? Just save a little bit for the world. I understand, man, but just save a little bit.
Yeah.
No, man, but Micah, great guy. His wife is a beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Very humble.
Hung out with them a couple of times in Kansas City. Yeah, very, very nice people.
Okay. So you got your pro card.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I had this goal. So I started training in February. I started light and started progressing and just started learning a lot about, training smart and the body and how to, do things right with the eating and training and sleeping. I was just so disciplined that it was just, becoming so, I was like, wow, this is actually great that I can help share this with someone. That's when I started deciding, what, I don't think I would mind helping someone, because what I went through was for me it was really, really terrifying, because I was like, what if I couldn't work out anymore? Like, what if I can't do the things that I love? I was like, I just couldn't fathom that. So I was training and eventually, just like the story I told you about getting a scholarship at school.
Set a goal for yourself.
Set a goal, and I got this pro card, it was great to get it in that way, because it's like I went back from the beginning again and went to the top. So all what I've done in the past, it's just like, it was all worth it.
I like that.
Definitely was all worth it.
What advice do you have for someone who sustains an injury and uses that as a crutch? I'm hurt. I can't get back into it. Doctor didn't give me the go ahead and train. Somebody like yourself that bounced back from an injury, and not just bounced back, but made that injury almost like it didn't even happen. Turn around and get their pro card, become more successful. What advice do you have for someone like that?
Don't ever use that as a limiting factor or excuse or reason why you can't do something. I think everyone who trains and is in this business has had some form or type of injury, something happening. Things aren't always perfect. There's a bed of roses.
Right.
There'll always be something along the way to try to hinder you, but you got to just, one, be patient. Listen to your body. If you're injured, yes, just give it time to heal, and you got to progression.
Right.
Don't feel that because of this you can't do that. You can work around it. I learned that as in when I was injured on my shoulder, I couldn't really move my arm. I was in a sling for a month. I let it rest, gave it time, and the doctor said, well, the only way for you to get better is to, move it, exercise it. You can't stay inactive.
Right.
So you will eventually get better. You just have to be patient with it. You gotta stay active and don't be discouraged. We all have that ability to overcome something.
Right.
If you put your mind to it and really set that goal, it will eventually happen. You can't, let something like an injury stop you, because it definitely didn't stop me.
Right. Were you a bit apprehensive at first when you decided to compete again after the injury and you stepped on stage and you had a sling on? Mind you, this is the World Championships,
This was 2010, yes.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see that. Now that he says that, I do remember you having a sling, but I didn't put two and two together from because I didn't think you competed last year in the amateurs. So I just knew, with the pros and stuff, and then you turning pro. I didn't even know more about your history of all those shows that you've done in the past. I just knew Kansas City, turned pro, saw you on Facebook, boom, 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 and now, so it's good to find out more about you and all those things that you've done.
Yeah, I wasn't apprehensive. I wanted it to just be a way to inspire people that, I have this injury, but it's not going to set me back or hold me down. I'm just doing this to, motivate people. Like, even though you're injured, I wanted people to be inspired by it.
Definitely.
And calling out Daryl Holloman, injury, get your butt on stage, buddy.
Yeah. You know what, Daryl? You've done the show. I know you listen.
Yeah, he's listening. I know.
Every time I go on Facebook, his last post, and look, I don't even need the computer. His last post was really, nobody's talking about Daryl Holloman and the knee. I don't get it. I'm not getting any love.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, you be okay. And Micah actually jumped on there and said, well, you keep
going back and
forth of whether or not that you really want to compete.
Yeah, people won't take you seriously if you keep doing that.
The fact that you said Daryl, I'm actually looking at a picture of you and Daryl backstage.
Right.
You're in the white shorts, Daryl's in the teal.
Oh, wow.
You want to be Daryl?
Oh, of course. Hell yeah. We're friends. We're good friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm sure he'd be loving this.
Okay. All right. Well, Daryl, listen, man. This is coming directly from Bricks, all right? Don't let that injury stop you, man. Train around it. Get yourself focused. Get right. Get on the Worlds. Because I already gave you a nickname. Please don't make me have to come and take it back.
He calls himself the most conditioned muscle model. I call myself the most athletic fitness model.
Obi calls himself the most shredded fitness model. Everybody's the most something. Well, I tell you what I am the most gracious host to ever be on FTNS Radio. I got to cut to commercial. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Body Shop with me, Bricks. I got Brian Canone in the studio and WBFF Pro, Femi Olagoke. Now, Femi, a lot of people out there really believe that this new fitness craze that's slowly putting bodybuilding out of business, okay? Fitness model. They believe that, if I just make the crossover to the fitness model industry, then, the world is at my doorstep, so to speak. I'm going to have lots of endorsements. Photographers are going to be lining up to shoot with me. Okay.
That's what Daryl thinks.
I can tell by the look on your face that that's really not the case,
No.
Okay, so talk to us about some of the realities of that.
I personally, I've had to work twice as hard.
Okay.
I mean, I think I'm in fairly decent shape,
No, you
more
look
than
good right now.
average person.
Yeah, you look good.
But, I've contacted many agencies, fitness model agencies, regular agencies, nutrition companies. I've sent, all my stuff to them, but for some reason, they just always kind of seem to not respond well.
Okay.
I've had to pretty much do most of the work myself, unfortunately, but it's also fortunate too. I mean, it really brings out character.
Right.
I've had people turn me down just because they really had no reason to. I don't understand why.
Do you think it may be because they're going for a certain look and you typically don't fit that mold? Now, what I mean by that, sometimes a lot of photographers, they're looking for like that, quote unquote pretty boy look. Right. Or they want, the stereotypical bald head, clean shaven, guy type of look, and being that you got a full head of hair on your head.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that look is like, is it always really? How many bald head guys can you possibly shoot? How do you tell the difference? Nothing against you.
Hey, man.
No, nothing against you.
I'm sexy with mine. I ain't worried about nothing.
I like my full head of hair.
I've been like this for 16 years. I ain't never going back to hair.
It could be that, or just, I really don't know what's going through their minds, but that's just the story of my life is, like, I just want that opportunity.
Right.
Anytime I'm given an opportunity with something, they now get surprised that, wow, like, actually, this turned out to be a good investment. I didn't know with anything that I've gotten.
Do you feel as though the WBFF is giving you that opportunity that you probably wouldn't have gotten on your own?
Now I see it's happening. Okay. It is happening. There are people within the WBFF who maybe are getting a lot more opportunities. Not that I'm not, but it's just with my story, it's just different. It took me like 14 shows to get my pro card.
Right.
Yeah, that's just an example. I'm just really trying to create that platform to really get myself out there. But yeah, WBFS has definitely pushed it further to be out there and get that opportunity, like getting my pro status and networking with people who have really led me in the right way. So I say yes, it's helping out. I'm doing work on my own too, but WBFF 2 is really doing a fantastic job with really promoting myself and everything I'm doing.
I think a lot of networking is great for this sport, for athletes. Once you start to know who these people are, which magazines or which photographers shoot for mostly, who different people are in different types of businesses, you just keep reaching out to them, and eventually then they just something opens up. Eventually they need somebody at some certain time, and you get the phone call back. I've always found that even in the health and fit, even in the the gym industry, you're working in a certain position in a job, and all of a sudden the gym owner wants to open a second location, and an opportunity just kind of opens up. Right. But it is a lot to do with timing.
True. That's very true, and I'm always ready and available. Yeah. Like, there's so much more than just the six-pack and just a good face to me.
It's funny because I remember the interview that we did with David Kimberly, and how he said that he just stays ready at all times, because you never know, when you're going to get that phone call. Brian kind of touched on something I wanted to ask you, and I was like, do you think that you're not getting these calls back because you have such limited exposure?
I think so. The exposure I've gotten hasn't been of great magnitude. It's just now that I think it's starting to slowly pick up. That's probably why, because they probably haven't heard of me, so they're like, well, you don't really know this guy, why would I want to work with him, or why would I want to shoot with him? But I carry myself a certain way. I'm a very professional person in whatever it is I do, personal, professional life. Carry myself a certain way. So when I'm introduced to these people, they get to see the real side, that it's not just about, I'm not just another person who just wants to be in your magazine. I want to bring something to the table. something.
I could.
Yeah.
I agree with that. What he's saying,
Right.
because until somebody gets to know you, they just see a photo.
Right.
Until they know your personality, your work ethic,
Right.
what type of person you are, it really does change a lot of things. It's a small industry.
Right.
A lot of the different things which are opportunity in the way are also just like marketing ways for people. Whether you're in a magazine or an ad. It's great for that one time, and it does build up your credibility. It does add things to your resume, but at the same time, a lot of those things aren't really careers. They help you come back. So if you absolutely with this personal training thing, you're going to go on to that, and then any opportunities you get help you market your personal training company.
Yes.
So that's good. When you're not in the field, then it's a little hard because you're marketing yourself. You're getting out there. You're doing these jobs which don't pay a lot of money. But where's it all coming back to? What's eventually going to be the thing that's your thing?
Exactly. It definitely makes a lot of sense. Yes.
For the listeners of the Body Shop that's not exactly sure how to go about getting themselves in a magazine or speaking to photographers, or they may want to know more about your initial journey. When you see a photographer or somebody from a modeling agency, what is your approach like when you go up to them?
I'll introduce myself to them. Like if it's through online, I'll just type a little bio about myself, what I do, what I would bring to the table, and working with them, and how we can develop a relationship. Basically, hi, I'm Femi, and I'm fitness model from New York. This is who I am. This and this. Would love to get the opportunity to work for you. Let them introduce yourself in a way that they know this guy's professional, he's personable, and he's serious about what he's doing.
See, I have to commend you on the fact that you're going after these people. You're not necessarily waiting for somebody to do it for you. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'll be great.
It would be.
Like, it'll be great if one day my phone rings and it's Dana White from the UFC, and he's like, "Hey, Bricks, listen, I know you can't fight anymore, but I have a spot open for an MC." But see, I know that's not going to happen, so I gotta make my voice do what my voice does.
Right.
And I feel that the fact that you're constantly going after these people and you're being professional about it.
Right.
Unlike some guys that we do know who happens to be in our inner circle, who just sits back like, nah, I'm not doing nothing unless, a photographer calls me.
Oh, no.
Or I won't do certain interviews, or I won't talk to certain people unless it's going to land me on the cover of a magazine, or it's going to do something for my career. And I'm like, this is why things don't happen for you.
You'll just keep waiting.
Right.
Yeah,
that's why I'm doing this. I don't want people that are listening. Yes, give me that opportunity. You will be well pleased with the result, with what you get from working with me.
All right, let me ask you this question right here.
All right.
Is there anybody out there that you would like to thank?
Oh, yes, so many people.
Go ahead. Here's the opportunity to do it.
Well, definitely my family for just being supportive and loving. My parents for raising me right.
Are your parents here in the States now?
My parents are in Nigeria. I have a brother and sister in the U.S. My dad lives in Nigeria. My mom, actually, she passed away a few years ago, but God rest her soul.
Right.
I know she's listening somewhere in heaven.
You never know.
Well, Icebreaker, they are kind of like my sponsors, but I'm working for it to be official. They actually gave me some gear to wear when I was competing at the U.S. Central Championship.
Icebreakers, we talking about?
No, not the Mint. It's an apparel company.
Oh,
they make.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
He's talking all this like, I wish somebody would help me.
No, this is like
Pulls out his endorsement check from the Icebreaker gum.
No.
Okay, what's this right here that we're looking at?
It's a track jacket. It has this really cool hood on it. Mm-hmm. They gave me this. It's all made of merino wool. Okay. And the cool thing about it is it breathes well. It's very performance effective. Like, you could wear this for a week sweating it, and it won't stink. It really will not stink, and it dries up in about an hour after you wash it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They come in a big size?
They do.
I'm kidding.
I want to thank them. I want to thank all my friends. They know who they are, the real friends in fitness who, we talk occasionally and give each other advice and help each other out.
Right.
Who am I forgetting? I can't How could I forget that? Paul Dillette, Allison Dillette, the WBFF. Wow.
Brian.
I'm not done yet.
Oh no. I'm just making sure. We almost out of time. I got
Brian, Bricks, the whole FTNS staff. Thank you for letting me come on this show. I really appreciate it. I'm very honored and thrilled to be here. I'm just looking forward to the World Championships August 27th. And I got to say one thing, Daryl Holloman.
Yes.
I'm calling you out now.
Woo!
Get your butt on stage. I don't care whether you cross over to fit model or not. I'm seeing you August 27th, dude.
I'm liking this. I'm liking the way this is going right now.
You can't be flip-flopping, man. Make up your mind.
Ooh.
Injury or no injury.
Wow.
I mean, I did it with an injury.
You did it with an injury.
You did.
No reason
Yes,
why
you
you
did.
can't.
Stepped on stage with a sling.
Yeah.
Placed.
I probably think I did. I don't know what my final result. Maybe top 10 or something. I don't know, but look better than some of those guys on stage. I'll tell you that.
Is there a philosophy, whether it's training, personal, that you live by?
I don't really. Just live your life healthy. I mean, if health is lost, something is lost. If wealth is lost, nothing really is lost. So I think health is more important than anything. With health, you can get wealth, success, and everything. That's actually something a friend of mine mentioned, and I actually agree with it because I think the same way too. Like, health is the number one key. If you're feeling good and you are taking care of yourself, you can go out and do everything you want to be successful.
Right. Do you consider yourself a role model?
I consider myself, I just want to be it's you could say, some people could see that, but I'm a homo guy. I don't want to say, yes, I am a role model. I just want to be a good example.
Okay.
I want to live by what I preach, just be a good example for people to, get inspired by and, change their lives for the better and be inspired by positive thinking, positive behaviors. So I just want to be that good example that will get people to be successful.
Right. Let me tell you where I think I can see you.
Right.
Or I think I can see you going into the school systems. Okay. Talking to the superintendent of schools and putting on like a fitness demo and gearing it more towards the kids. I see you then picking up the phone, calling the news people, and having them come down there to cover it. And I think that's going to get you the exposure that you need and that you want. And it's going to show people out there that, okay, here's a guy that's not just a pretty face, not just a nice body, but he actually cares. He wants to give back. Now, you could do something with that or you can't. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. That's just something I always
what
see.
You're saying is very similar to what, we have a good connection for you in the city. You can go and see John Gallo in Queens.
Yes, a great guy.
He has a gym, and he's doing a great job at PR. And he's getting out, and he's on Channel 11 all the time. And it's things that are similar to what Andre's saying, where you find a niche that you fit. And what he does, he started this gym that's like an MMA type training gym. He had to change it because the gym industry is very competitive. He's been in it for so long. But the guy found a niche, and he works that.
Right.
And that's where he puts himself. So, whether it's with kids or adults or old people or wherever it is, you find your niche of fitness. That's where you belong, and then you build on that. So any other opportunities are great, because when you do apply to go for a company, you're almost applying for a job. It's like, this is my resume, this is what I do, this is why I'd like to represent your product. But you feel the most passionate when it's your own product.
Yes.
I feel.
Yeah, definitely. I never really, wow, that's a good suggestion. Wow, that's
Well, like I said, we also do inspire. You know what I mean?
It takes me back a few years ago. I actually was like a work study, like intern at this gymnastics dance company where I basically was helping assist teaching these kids like acrobatics, gymnastics, and stunt work. I did that, and I got free training in classes. So I had that little bit of experience working with really young kids, and I mean, it was a challenge, working with these kids. But at the same time, I was like, "Wow, these are people you're actually helping out to develop to be the next." You never know.
Right.
Great people in whatever it is they're doing, having that effect.
Absolutely.
Especially with that dance background.
Yeah,
That'd be great with kids.
Yeah. You can teach
great.
Zumba. You can go on Channel 11
with his own
and
Zumba.
teach Zumba. Oh,
some African dancing.
Why not? Hey, listen, Zumba started off as nothing more than Brazilian dancing.
All right.
What would you name his class? Give him a name.
Oh, yeah.
Call it Umbola Olere. That's what you call it.
I don't know if people can pronounce that, but we'll have to find something.
We'll spell it. We'll spell it. Here's what we do. We'll get the FTNS lawyers on it. We'll trademark the name. We'll trademark the sound.
Oh, man, that's too wild.
Yeah, we make it a very popular thing. But listen, man, thank you so much for coming into the studio.
Thank you.
Good luck on your personal training.
Thank you.
I know you're going to get that certification. All right. Brian, I want to thank you for, introducing me to this man. Yep. He's a great guy, very humble guy. I want to wish you the best of luck this coming August 27th.
Thank you.
Okay, WBFF World
Championship, baby.
And what I want you to know is the voice that you're hearing right now,
all right,
maybe announcing you as the world champion. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Super producer Amal, I want to thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, fans of FTNS Radio, fans of the Body Shop, I always want you guys to keep something in mind. Success breeds envy. And the best revenge you can have against a jealous person is to become even more successful. Keep God first and everything will fall into place. This is Bricks. I'm signing off for Brian, Femi, super producer Amal. Hey, I gotta go, but I see you when I see you.